I'm Paul Harvey, the editor of M&IT, and I'm here at the meeting show with Gabby, Austen, Browne, the founder of Diversity Alliance. Hello, welcome along.
Hi, great to see you, great to be here.
Thank you, it's great to see you and great for you to be here. You're here today. We're going to talk about quite a few things, hopefully.
Okay, great, exciting, I love it. More variety the better.
First up, I wanted to talk about Diversity Alliance and your big data project that you're doing in conjunction with M&IT and CVent as well.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for bringing that up. I think really the reason why the data project kind of came about was because of a lack of data about diversity and inclusion in our industry.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody needs to start collecting some of this. And I was really interested to know how diversity, equity and inclusion initiatives were impacting organisations, whether any initiatives were happening and how successful they were, and whether they were contributing to engagement, retention, improved company culture, kind of positive feelings and sentiments around DEI in the workplace. Yeah. So I just wanted to get a bit of information about that so we could share and put that out to the industry.
Yeah. And so has that information come back? Is that we at that stage at the moment? And how do you feel about the results you've got? Were you surprised by them? Any big kind of surprises in there?
Do you know what? We spent quite a lot of time actually collecting this data because we wanted to get as much of a subset as we possibly can. But what we found quite challenging is people weren't very keen talking about diversity, equity and inclusion.
All right.
Which I was quite surprised about until I had conversations within other sectors around the challenge of collecting DEI data, which made us feel a little bit better. But still, we would have liked to have got more feedback. But the feedback that we got was that it was kind of like a bit of a 50-50, like whether we feel it's kind of benefiting workplaces and people, whether it's not having any impact at all. And I think I expected to hear a little bit more around, I don't know, I expected there to be a bit more happening within organisations because of the conversations that I have. But obviously, people are going to talk to me when stuff is good and brilliant things are happening. But when nothing's happening, I'm not going to hear. So it's a bit eye-opening for me.
Yeah. And so what else came out of the research? Yeah,
so definitely there is a disconnect between leadership kind of saying that diversity and inclusion and company culture is really important and an important part of their values and internal strategy. That's what we're hearing and that's the conversations that are being had, but internally people don't feel that is the case. People kind of feel like it's a lip service. They're not convinced that it's really genuine and it's, but kind of like not talking the talk but not walking the walk.
Yeah.
That could be down to just everything that's happening in the world right now. There's so much going on, there's so much grabbing our attention. It's like what are we prioritising? Now obviously I would argue we prioritise people, and obviously planet as well, but people, planet, that's what we should be prioritising. But at the moment, maybe other things are a bigger priority, I don't know.
That's really interesting. So are we prioritising profit, do you think, then?
Yes.
Well, that's that cleared up.
There's cash to go to Cannes Lions, so I'm like, you can do some things internally as well, people.
And so you think there should be more of a balance? Is that fair to say?
It's not even really a balance. I think in some cases it's just a case of getting started.
Yeah.
No matter where you are, getting started with some sort of educational implementation of something, because a lot of data as well showed that there wasn't really anything that had happened apart from policy changes, but people weren't seeing the benefits or the impact on them. That might be a communication thing that not being communicated, but not much has been happening is what the data's kind of shown us at the moment.
Okay. And so in terms of getting started, are people reluctant to get started? I guess kind of like not knowing where to start might be an issue.
Yeah, I think it is the not knowing where to start, which is fair enough because it's a huge topic. But from my perspective and in my experience, I would say you just start with the people that you already have internally and how you can better support them. Start having those conversations and those open forums, collecting that data. And by that I mean, doing your pulse surveys and your biannual surveys and your annual surveys to understand what your team's needs are and what they're thinking and feeling. And then you can start adapting based on the team that's currently there to get that culture piece right. And that's not something that's super difficult to do.
Yeah.
It's stuff that you're probably already doing, but are you looking at the right data?
Absolutely. I also wanted to chat to you today, Gabby, about the safe space that we've got. Yeah, can you tell us about it? It's very exciting. I think it's the first time we've had one here at the meeting show, isn't it?
Yes, it's the first industry show actually that is classed as a safe space.
Wow.
So I'm really excited. Well done, the meeting show. And you know, I launched the initiative about a year ago in response to different challenges and issues people were having around discrimination and harassment, and actually based on some findings from an M&IT survey and report a couple of years ago actually around harassment and discrimination in the meetings and
that was
events.
really eye-opening, and it's fantastic to see something coming out of that and actual change happening.
Exactly. So I really just wanted to try and drive some accountability around what can we do to make our spaces safe and inclusive. And it's great for people to go, we're going to put up a logo, we're going to say we're part of Safe Space Initiative, but it's all about the accountability piece, so making sure we're having those reporting mechanisms, making sure people are trained in supporting people who might have had something not so nice happen to them at an event, and just having those sort of processes in place. And it's great because we at the show today we've got the event Wellbeing Hub, and the Quiet Room, which is where the safe space is. So if people do have any challenges or something they want to discuss, they can come to the safe space there, the Event Hub. But also the meeting show has provided an anonymous phone number and email address as well if people do want to report something anonymously, which is one of the suggestions that we made. So I'm really excited to see that. And it's not to put a negative spin on things, but it's good that people feel like I know if something did happen, there's somewhere that I can go and I'll be heard.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's really important, and it's it's testament to you and your kind of like drive and desire to get things done that it's here at all. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm a bit I'm quite tenacious. I would say that, but it was something that is super important, I think, for everyone. You know, we've all got members of family and wives, sisters, brothers, whoever who might have had, you know, a negative experience, which can put shade on a whole amazing event like this. So it's better just to have something in place and like
even if no one uses it, it's there.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, no, I haven't actually been over to see it. Yeah, so I'm going to go and have a look. But you've been over to see it, haven't you?
I'm over there. I'm stationed over there. So,
yeah.
Come and say. Oh no, we can't come say hi because it's going to be recorded. It's coming out later, isn't it? Edit. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I know you're very busy, aren't you?
Sometimes too busy. I did have a little kind of like almost burnout stage winter last year. Yeah. So I took a full 2 weeks, just me, no laptop, nobody else, solo break. And you know what? Come back feeling absolutely positive. Yeah. You know, I've got a lot more energy again. So it really does really work if you take that time for yourself, no matter what that is. It doesn't have to be 2 weeks. I know not everyone has that privilege. But, you know, it's really important we take those breaks, and I learned my lesson.
Absolutely. I think that's a really important thing to remember. I certainly make sure that I do it kind of. Yeah. I
mean, you go see Girls Aloud, don't you? So.
I do go to see Girls Aloud. That was for work, though. I mean, I was hard at work that evening.
Of course. It wasn't your downtime at all.
Yeah. No, I was. It was very difficult. I had to have some time out after Girls Aloud.
Oh, right. Sometimes that happens. It's all too, like, I will have a day off after the meeting show because we've been speaking to hundreds of people, making all these new connections. So I'm going to need to have a bit of a break and absorb it all, and then come back fresh next week. I think that's good practice.
Yeah. So what are you doing next week, sorry?
I don't know.
All right.
Just I'll take Friday off.
Yeah.
Go for a walk.
Good idea. You enjoy walking. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, I love
We're both kind of down in East Sussex.
Yes.
Yeah, very good walking country down there.
Very good walking. And the coast, so it's great.
So we'll be kind of like taking time out on the paths of the South Downs National Park.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll probably see you out there.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, say hi.
All right, Gabby. Well, thank you very much for joining me today on TMS TV. Fantastic to see you as ever.
Thank you. Thanks, Paul.